Previously on the Bon Vivant. The following flashback took place pre-lockdown on October 31st, 2020. Events occurred in a surreal time. When 004 is killed by Nemesis Kropotkin, Agent Blair Ballard is tasked with finding the source of the Golden Tie, a relic of the Cold War and a sexist, misogynist dinosaur. His search leads him to Jermyn Street, London, England, home to Turnbull and Asser, the world's finest shirt maker, and their new James Bond collection. His contact, James Cook, a veteran of the Bond movies, guides him through the latest assets, ties, shirts, and materials. Schematics are downloaded. 2 shirts are commissioned, a cream Sea Island cotton Oxford from Tomorrow Never Dies, and a French blue from The World Is Not Enough. But before he can return to complete his mission and try on the shirts, England goes into 2 total lockdowns. Ballard is forced to drop off the grid and live as a renegade. The following takes place on May 18th, 2021. Events occur post-lockdown in an unreal time. I'm checking out.
Ballard, your hat's ready for collection. Would you like to pop back when you've got more clothes on?
Mr. Ballard, so good to see you. It's been a long time.
Mr. Cook?
Been busy, have we, Mr. Ballard?
Just surviving, Mr. Cook. Just surviving.
Welcome friends, welcome one and all. Blair Ballard here for the Bon Vivant. Yes, the Bon Vivant is back. I can't believe it's been 6 months since we were last here at Turnbull and Asser to shoot the launch of their James Bond collection. A lot's happened since last October. The UK has come out of its not second but third national lockdown. The retail sector has been hammered, unfortunately. So we're here to find out how Turnbull and Asser has weathered the storm, how the James Bond collection has been received by the fans and the customers alike. We're also going to be talking about what possibly might feature in the future of the collection. We'll be talking to store manager, James Bond aficionado and erstwhile Die Another Day James Bond extra James Cook to find out his thoughts on how things have gone, and also to try on those 2 bespoke shirts that I had run up with the materials from the Brosnan back catalogue. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. James.
Hello, Mr. Ballard. How lovely to see you.
Lovely, so good to be here. It's been a very long and very difficult 6 months. How have you guys been keeping here in Turnbull?
Well, to be honest with you, it's been a whirlwind, a bit of a blur, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Open, closed, open.
In, out, shake it all about. Now, obviously, when we last saw you, it was way back in October, so almost 7 months ago, crikey. Now, we were here for the launch of the Bond collection. How's that been received by the fans and also your regular clients as well?
Well, they are unbelievable fans, fanatics.
Yes.
We've been inundated.
Which has been the favourite ones, do you reckon? What's been the biggest sellers?
I think the one that we kind of all admire, there's lovely golden tan.
It's just...
Well, that has really done, but they've all done well. Once they buy one, you know, we had one customer who came in to wear one for a special occasion, and then the next day he had to buy another one, and then the day after he came in for another one. So
and Christmas as well, obviously, it must have been that's your busiest time normally. How did that work with the pandemic?
Gifting,
and lots of online stuff,
luckily
maybe?
we have e-commerce because we got closed down, sadly,
Sure.
because of what was going on. But e-commerce, you know, it ramps up, it's gift time, people are buying it for their loved ones or for themselves. And,
people sitting at home as well, thinking, you know, if they're not going out, they're online and looking to see what they. So
well,
perfect.
because of your and other fans' endeavours and the show you do, and social media and Instagram,
It's all kind of exploded.
It does explode. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Very Bondian way of looking at it. Fantastic. Now, also when we were here, we talked about the recently discovered order forms for the Brosnan era films, and you found the materials that we used for the shirts.
Yes, we did.
And we picked 2 shirts to be made by the Wizards of Quedgeley. That kind of sounds a bit Harry Potterish, but so we went for the cream. This is the cream one from the Hamburg scene, isn't it?
Cream Oxford Sea Island cotton with the POW collar with the square double cuff. That's an absolutely gorgeous cloth.
It's beautiful. And that was going to go with the gold tie, the one he wears in the Hamburg scenes, which we'll try on in a moment, and we'll look at the details and and this was the French blue, wasn't it?
6041, the number 3 collar with the 3 button cuff in the Royal Oxford.
It's beautiful. Now, I have to say, it's even better than I thought in the flesh, because some of the photographs you see from the auction shots, because one of the shirts was sold at auction with the Brioni herringbone linen suit, and it looked paler in the auction shot. So I was kind of like sort of worried it was going to be really pale, but it's a really, really kind of striking blue. It's gonna be great when I try it on. I can't wait.
That's it. In the flesh, it looks it's richer, has a wonderful drape, and when you wear it, it really. That's the proof.
Okay, Dex. Well, let's get stuck into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try on. First of all, we're going to try the Hamburg shirt on, the cream with the gold. Now, I will try it on first, and then I'm going to put a jacket on as well, so you can kind of get a feel for what it looked like in the film. I haven't got the Vicuna Brioni overcoat, but we've got sort of a little kind of homage. We've got the Brunello Cucinelli blazer that Daniel Craig wears in the Moroccan Scenes Inspector, sort of similar sort of brown, I suppose, but it gives us a kind of idea. And then we'll try on the other ties as well.
It's loaded.
Miracle of modern technology. I'll do a quick swap into the shirt, and we'll have a look at it in greater detail. So, what do we think, James?
Looks very good. How does it feel? Comfortable?
Like a glove. Absolutely perfect.
It looks very good indeed. It's good on the back too. Oh, it's a perfect shirt.
So talk us through the different details we've got here. So what cuffs have we gone for?
Well, here we are. We have the double cuff square. We've made it slightly larger for your watch. You have the button on the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Prince of Wales collar. And have the beautiful cream Sea Island cotton in Oxford. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You
Okay.
look right with your jacket.
Excellent idea. Back in a moment. So, just for a bit of fun, here's the jacket that Daniel Craig wears at the end of Spectre in the Moroccan scenes. Just thought, as I don't own a Vicuna Brioni overcoat, it might give you a sort of an idea about the colour palette and how the gold works with a sort of more tan jacket as well. What do you think? I mean, works?
Works great with the cream. You know, you've got with the tie.
Yeah.
I think you can't beat that at all.
And Brunello Cucinelli have done us proud as well. Anyway, great stuff. Now, next up, should we try the Ruby Eon
I think
tie
this
as
is the
well?
one.
We've got the cream shirt on, and then we can move on to the Bilbao tie afterwards. So let's give that a go. I'll go and have a quick change. I'll pop this on. See you in a moment. So the Ruby Eon tie, how do you think it looks with a new shirt?
Beautiful. You can't beat that with a cream shirt. It's got the nice rusts and you've got like the green, olive green in there.
It really does look virtually 3D. It's got such an amazing sheen. If you can look at the close-up there, it really is a stunning, stunning tie. This is the one that Brosnan wears just after he's seen Peaceful Fountains of Desire up in the hotel room, and he comes down back to reception. He's wearing this tie. It's absolutely beautiful, and a great job the guys have done.
Yeah, and I think that's one reason why they wear cream, 'cause it goes with so many things. Grey, navy. It's a really classic-looking shirt.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Okie dokie. Let's go and try on the other shirt, because I'm just itching to try on the French blue. This is my Holy Grail shirt for such a long time. Let's have a quick look. Let's open it up. Let's have a look.
Oh, it's a beautiful shirt. It's got a nice drape to the Oxford.
It's just absolutely stunning. And as I said before, it is actually much darker blue than I thought. I was semi-worried about it being a kind of light blue. This is the colour I was hoping for, and it's absolutely stunning. So let me get changed, and we'll try it in a minute. So what do we think? I think it's even better in the flesh.
Oh, fantastic. That's a great blue, especially with the trousers you're wearing. Really suits you. It's got
Make
the
sure I'm
number
not flying low.
It's got the number 3 collar and the 3 button cuff that we're synonymous with. Button on the gauntlet again.
It's just
amazing.
A stunning colour. And I love, if you get a close-up there, Gavin, of the material itself, it's got a wonderful kind of weave to it. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That's what we call the Royal Oxford. It's a 120 thread count. It's soft. You know, it really has a lovely drape.
Would have breathed well in the...
Oh, yeah.
When he was doing the filming as well. Absolutely stunning. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the jacket on so we get the full effect. It's actually the Allabar Brown linen suit from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I haven't got the funds to get a Brioni herringbone linen suit that Brosnan wore, but we'll give it a go. 1 second. So, the ensemble, what do you think?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Really does go really well.
Really does make the shirt pop, I think, having the
Yeah.
light suit on. So yeah, this is a kind of a mixture of Brosnan and Lazenby. Brosnaby, maybe? But it does, I should be having this shirt slightly out and kind of like look slightly dishevelled. In fact, I have my daughter, bless her, my 11-year-old daughter Marnie has actually made a cuff for me, a collar, like the torture chair used by Sophie Marceau. So we'll have a picture of that later on, maybe for the thumbnail. But it is just a stunning shirt.
Yeah, it's wonderful. That really does look sharp.
Cool. All set for Ascot, really, or something like that. Yes, I think it's a summer party get together.
Just need your cocktail now.
A cocktail to go with a cocktail cuff. Sounds perfect to me. Now look, what I'd also like to talk to you about is where the collection might go from here. Now, on the tie front, I believe that there were rumours that there were Brosnan designs and patterns found in the archive. Is that something that you can talk about?
Yeah, so obviously we have great fans of Bond and they've looked into the archive and there is a lot more patterns and they go deeper and deeper into the darkest dungeons. They need to speak to Special Branch. But basically, yeah, so I think maybe with a bit of encouragement and discussion, I think there will be a lot more ties to come.
Well, I know that my colleague and partner in crime on the tie project, which we are very, very lucky to be a part of, we've dug up some photos and some bits and pieces to talk about. We'll go and look at those now.
Absolutely.
Now, moving on and looking forward, are there any ties from the films you think could make the collection at a later date?
I think so. The tie that is most requested and most talked about from the Bond fans is the tie that was worn on the plane.
The British Airways London flight tie from Die Another Day that Brosnan wears. Do you know who's serving him on the plane? Do you know who it is?
No.
Who serves on the drinks? It's Deborah Moore. Roger Moore's daughter is actually the actress in that scene, giving him... No. There you go, pop quiz hot shots, if you didn't know that. Yes, I mean, a lot of people I know on the forums have been itching for this to be made. Now, am I right in saying it's a Charles Hill original pattern?
Yeah, so Charles Hill, tie maker, who made ties for us. In the 90s, Tern Bonassa bought it, so
Right.
it became a subsidiary of Tern Bonassa Group. And they have an extensive collection of ties. This has been coloured many times in different variations. And some of your researchers, fans, fanatics, who really are so passionate, they believe after, I think it was the 40th anniversary, wasn't it, the film, this is a nod to a tie from
Goldeneye.
Goldeneye.
That's
yeah.
right, the Janus tie. I don't know if you remember that. We'll put a little picture of that up on the screen. It was supposed to echo that. But am I right? It was supposed to have a bigger part in the film. It was supposed to have a
Yeah.
more prominent role.
I think maybe the tie was outshining Bond.
It's a very
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like, this orange and sort of goldy orange, and then the blues. It's quite striking.
Yeah, but as I've been, hinted to and told that when he's in London, he was trying to blend in with the crowd.
Outside Buckingham Palace. That's right.
That's
when he
it.
comes after the fight, he straight cuts to that scene, doesn't it?
So the great tie, and I will say, has been the #1 seller. Is the Die Enough a Day with grey circles.
There we go. Yeah, the circles tie, the very famous circles tie. Now, this is actually the reverse of the one that's sold, isn't it? Because that was the one, the film, the circles go one way, and then it's only in the virtual reality section that they actually have the one that's sold. So that could be another one you could add to the collection. Have the
reverse.
Have the reverse.
I will say, I think that is the best grey and blue tie that's ever been produced, to be honest with you.
By
Yeah.
Tern Bonassa.
Yeah.
It is absolutely stunning, and I'm sure it's in most of your guys' collections as well back home. Now, Charles Hill also had on their patterns another tie that Brosnan wore in the promotional photos taken for The World's Not Enough. That's a Charles Hill silk tie there.
So that's a weave from the Charles Hill collection. But I remember when I first joined, that tie was on the shelf.
So it
in
was off.
95.
Oh right,
Yeah.
so literally it's off the shelf. Well, that would surely be another winner if it was made into the collection
Oh,
next time
absolutely!
round.
It's a smart tie, and
Absolutely beautiful.
that goes really well with the shirt. I think the shirt you're wearing today.
That's
would
the same
match.
one, maybe. Maybe it's
That is, yeah, with the Royal Oxford. You can see that there.
Excellent taste, old Mr. Brosnan. Fantastic. Now, also in the archives, there are rumours that there were some other ties from Goldeneye that were produced by Tern Bonassa. The designs were, the patterns were there, and found in the archives. Is that something we can talk about?
Yeah, no, absolutely. A lot of items are chosen and used from us. For instance, there's a tie that was produced.
That's the one from the meeting with M. Now I've seen there is a the pattern is, I think it is a Tern Bonassa tie. I think we can now, because many of you guys out there, it's always been assumed that all the shirts and ties that Brosnan wore in Goldeneye were from one shirt and tie maker. I can't mention names, but it begins with an S, and if you're a bit grumpy, you might know what I'm talking about. But obviously, there was one of the suits that was actually sold at auction at Bonhams back in 2007. They had the suit and the shirt and the tie was actually Simpsons of Piccadilly. So obviously, the company beginning with an S didn't have the exclusive rights to put its shirts and ties on Brosnan in Goldeneye. Also, Pop Quiz Hotshots, the photo that you see of Brosnan in his passport, he's wearing the Simpsons tie. So the tie they put on in the auction at Bonhams was actually not supposed to go with that suit, I don't think. Something for you sleuths to have a look at when you get back home. Now, also, because I hear it was actually one potential tie used in the film from Tern Bonassa, but also two ties used on the promotional tour, and one of them is this one here. Now, this actually is in the tie where the ties are made. On the wall, there's a big 3-foot poster of Pierce wearing this gorgeous red check tie that was used in the promo shots for Goldeneye, and that's another Turnbull tie, surely. It must have been.
Yeah, it is. Another tie. This kind of tie, we would have produced 16 colourways.
Sure.
And obviously the costume stylists, designers, they choose this look. I wonder, maybe it could have been used in the film, but in the end...
It's a beautiful tie, but
yeah.
again, another potential one for the collection going forward. Now, I think next up, I think we should talk about shirts.
Yes.
Now, I've always been slightly curious because in the books, obviously, Ian Fleming talks about Sea Island cotton for all his shirts, and that's obviously something that features very, very, very prominently in your materials. You use here the highest quality Sea Island cottons. Now, in the film, in the Dr. No shirt you've got in your collection is in a poplin.
It is a poplin, yes, a twofold 100. It is in a very similar blue to as Sean Connery would have worn, but Sean Connery does wear Sea Island cotton in the film. You can actually see the lovely shimmer. I have a belief, and it's a 160 thread count that's been lost in time, but I can tell it's Sea Island cotton.
Okay, machine. Well, if you want to go bespoke, maybe you go down that route. Now, also, I'd also love to see, and I'm sure in a future collection it's possible, to go for the cream that you have in Thunderball and the pink from You Only Live Twice.
Absolutely.
Would both be, it would all be perfect for the next collection. Is that something you could look at possibly?
No, I definitely think it's something that as a company, and if we discuss it with Eon Productions, we should do. The Bond shirts are very popular.
Of course.
We've got a lot of fans, but also the cocktail cuff. It just has a nice touch.
And it's such a trademark for you guys. I know other companies maybe used it in the past, but it's a trademark Terminal NASA cuff. Now, also, I keep going off on tangents, going with the Dr. No shirt, I reckon a black knitted tie would be great for the collection.
Black knitted, yeah. Well, we always sell black knitted.
Sure, so you could always put one up, but maybe have one just with the Bonds.
It may have to be slightly slimmer for there, but we also have grenadine.
I was going to say, the blue grenadine would go really well, and then obviously brown and black as well for the Thunderball shirts. That would, they would fly. Nice ideas for the next collection. Post your ideas in the comments section down below. See what you think. Your thoughts on the matter. But I think grenadine ties and a black knitted tie would, just be absolutely perfect.
Absolutely.
On the subject of dress shirts, the Lazenby ruffle, we talked about this last time, the ruffled shirt he wears when he's rescuing Diana Rigg from the surf. I know you had that stand with some mock-ups of the shirts. That would be, I know it's quite niche, let's call it niche, but I think that would be an excellent addition to the collection. Yeah. So yes.
I will say, I think a shirt that we do miss is the one when he's on the beach with Dynamo, isn't it? Dynamo. Is it Dynamo?
Oh no, Domino.
Domino.
Yes.
And then he...
I think he got the point.
Got the point. So I think that shirt would do really well for the summertime.
Get some of the Bengal stripes. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And also, again, back to the dress shirts. Pretty please, with sugar on top. The dress shirt that Brosnan wears in Tomorrow Never Dies is just iconic. And I just think, I give the shot glasses with the vodka, Paris carvers sliding in, absolutely fantastic. But any ideas as well, comments below, we can pass them on to the guys here at Terminal NASA for any new ideas for possible additions to the collection. So I would just like to say huge thanks obviously to James Cook, who's always consummate professional, fount of knowledge. It was great to be around. Thanks so much for your time. Mm-hmm. Also, thanks to Mr. Stephen Quinn, who is the absolute legend here backstage and front of house. He's absolutely wonderful. I'd like to thank my colleague and partner in crime on the Thai project, Stu from Hong Kong, who's, again, forensic in his thoroughness in the archives and producing all the details for the ties. I'd like to thank the Thai owners themselves. Again, it hasn't been mentioned on any of the other sites, but this was a project that was fueled by fans who were willing to give up their ties for the project, having looked at by the Thai gurus back in Gloucester to make sure the ties are absolutely spot on. I'd like to thank the chairman of Terminal NASA, Neil Clifford, who's been absolutely wonderful in supporting the project and pushing the James Bond collection to where it is today. Here's looking to the future. I'd like to say a big thank you once again to all you guys out there for your support through the pandemic. But for now, it's been Mr. James Cook.
Thank you.
Me, Blair Ballard, for the Bon Vivant, bidding you a very Bond farewell. Stay safe, friends. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications so you're ready for the next video when it drops. Till then, I'm going to go and get a bloody haircut. See you next time.